This is the semifinals, and only pride, perseverance, and persistence will help you, contenders.
Today on American Gladiators, two Italian stallions vie for the brass ring. Bam Bam Mauro, the baker from Brooklyn, a man who's gutted it out every step of the way, a man who says he will not be denied.
To the boys back in Flatbush, Avenue U, this one's for you.
He'll face Tony Curella. His family calls him Spaghetti, a guy who's twisted every which way to reach this point. His work ethic, 10 hours a day in the sewers of St. Paul, Minnesota. On the women's side, a rematch. Last time out, skin and bones, A.J Perling, the Minnesota surprise, met her match in Kathy Mollica. But she's back as a wild card. Kathy, the Orange County firefighter, has looked unbeatable.
I beat her once, and I'm gonna do it again.
This is like deja vu all over again. Deja vu.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Gladiator Arena in Los Angeles, California, here are your American Gladiators. The Tower of Power, Sap, Gemini, Blaze, the Laser Beam, Lace, Nitro, Ice, Thunder, Diamond.
The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiators. Let the games begin.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley, along with Larry Zonk, as our road to the Grand Championship continues here on the American Gladiators. Today, we wrap up our semifinal round with winners moving on to next week's second half final. In our women's competition, Larry, we're going to have a rematch from the second round. Number 1 seed Kathy Mollica will take on A.J Perling. And in the men's semifinals, it's Joe Mauro versus Tony Curella.
A couple of Italian stallions. Of course, earlier, Joe Mauro's rode over everyone, kind of roughshod all the competitors. On the other hand, Tony Curella's here as a wild card, so I look for Tony to have a long, tough day.
Well, he's a tough kid, and he'll give Joe plenty of competition. And the winner here will go on to meet Daryl Golar next week in our second half finals. The winner moves on to the Grand Championship to face Mark Ortega. Joe Mauro and Tony Curella, well, they're going to have their hands full in Powerball because our Gladiators, Nitro, Laser, and Tower, they've turned it up a notch, too.
Joe getting his mind right. Got to be motivated to come out and play this game of Powerball. There's a little motivation for Joe. That's his fiancée, Melissa Burnham.
But his focus right now on our 3 Gladiators. Again, the scoring breakdown. Goals in that center cylinder worth 5 points. And Powerball is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power, super power. Joe Mauro with excellent quicks.
Puts a nice move on Laser and scores in the corner pile.
Again, another spin move. Again, those outside cylinders worth 3 points. A center cylinder score is worth 5. Joe Mauro has done it again.
Joe's got those good moves. Nitro gets a warning from the referee to stay out of the gold. 2-on-2, Mike.
Tower doing a good job of fronting Joe. He runs out of steam with 5 seconds left. And that is it. But Joe Mauro picks up some big points here in the very first event, Powerball.
Nice move.
Great start for our Brooklyn Baker. He leads 9-3.
Talked a little bit about Joe's moves and his quicks early on. Here, he's showing Laser his moves. I'm not so sure that both men don't get a little dizzy before Joe finally comes out of this thing with a couple of points here.
And one of Tony Curella's problems, who's done well in the past in Powerball, just too many bodies at this end of the playing field. Because Laser's there, Tower's there, and Joe is there, some of Tony's escape routes were cut off. A.J Perling and Kathy Mollica coming out now. This is a rematch from the second round. Kathy Mollica easily won in the Eliminator. You can see her on the cargo net. She had a sizable head start over A.J., so it's imperative that Miss Perling do well early here. The winner goes on to meet Susie Stencil in our second half finals, ultimately moving to the Grand Championship to face Kimberly Lentz. A.J Perling, well, Powerball, believe it or not, one of her best events, Larry.
AJ, our wild card, and wild describes the way this gal attacks most of the events. Her competition, Kathy Mollica, firefighter with a high school background in gymnastics. Tremendous athletic ability.
And they'll put it to the test here against our three gladiators, Lace, Diamond, and Zap.
You know, Mike, AJ surprised us once before in Powerball. Let's see if she can do it again.
Referee Larry Thompson about to start this semi-final match. Again, 45 seconds, and there's that quick move by both women.
AJ with that little hesitant move, and she gets through, scores again.
Now she's lost a shoe, Larry, and she momentarily loses her footing, so this could hurt her here. The traction she's accustomed to having, not there now. Where's my shoe? Now she takes both shoes off, actually her sock off, to get a little better footing.
She read your mind, Mike.
15 seconds left. Lace playing like Pele out there, kicking the scoring balls out of the ring.
Diamond doing a takedown on AJ.
AJ off to that quick start she was looking for. She wins 6-3, and what's that saying about necessity to mother invention? Watch what A.J. Perling was able to do.
We talked about her being the wild card, and she is wild. She throws a shoe here. Never loses a beat, though. Goes right back into the thick of it. Realizes it's going to cost her a little traction. Says, wait a minute here. Maybe I'll do better barefoot. She rips that sock off. Says, let me back in the competition.
And AJ takes a 6-3 lead to the locker room. Still to come on the American Gladiators is the Joust. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena. Our semifinal action continues with the men's Joust. Event number 2 for the men, and Joe Mauro, who currently has a 9-3 lead over Tony Curella. He's up first, and he draws the very best, Gemini. Joe with the good looks and athletic talent. And how did he get that nickname, Bam Bam?
Well, my friends call me Bam Bam because they say if there was ever a Bam Bam grown up, it's me to a T, you know, with the hair and everything, you know, and just, I'm missing everything but the club stick, you know.
And now he has to learn how to use it. Gemini taking no prisoners up there, 2 seconds to take care of Joe Mauro.
So, Tone, you get a chance to watch Bam Bam get boomed off of the pedestal up there. Any pointers?
No, not in 2 seconds. I really can't learn much from him. But Gemini, this is his game, man. Going up against a guy like Gemini, I'm not looking for a knockout. I just want to go the distance.
Duck and deliver, and we'll be watching.
Okay, thanks.
Good luck.
And going the distance will not be an easy feat. 35 wins in 47 bouts. Tony Curella up now for his second event. He currently trails Joe Mauro 9-3.
Tony with that extensive background in hockey, Mike. He's also a rollerblade instructor. You do that, don't you? Have you had Tony show you anything on those?
I'm going to after this competition is over, I'll tell you that. He's very, very good. Great with a hockey stick, too. Now he has to use a pugil stick against the best of the best. Quick knockout artist, Gemini.
Tony, that sewer contractor, has opportunities to chase rats in the sewer, beat on them with a stick. Look at Gemini. He's fierce looking up there. Center of gravity.
I tell you, Tony is such a small target to hit. Look at this. The little man coming back again. Oh!
Duck and deliver. He delivered, almost had Gemini off balance, but Gemini with that backhand sweep swept him from the platform.
The man adds 2 more victories to his ledger. And Tony, despite what he said prior to the match, does try to knock Gemini off, and that extra aggression cost him to lose his balance. He should have stuck to his game plan. The women are now up. Kathy Mollica will get the first shot. She trails 6-3. She'll have to do battle against ice.
Just look at the physique on ice. I mean, if there was ever one of the gal gladiators that was built for an event, ice is built for this.
Kathy has had success in this event. In the second round, she took 10 seconds and beat Blaze. So far, it's Ice who's doing all the swinging.
Ice focuses those eyes right on the contender's head.
Got Kathy going. Now she rights herself. 10 seconds left.
Kathy with great balance. She's receiving some blows, but she's hanging on.
The firewoman from Brea, California hangs on and picks up 5 points for the draw. There's her mom, Carol. I wonder if she thought 27 years ago when Kathy was born she'd be doing this, battling against ice with a pugil stick.
Kathy with good form, good balance. And let me tell you, there's no glass jaws in this family. She earned her 5 points.
Well, A.J. Perling gets her shot right now. You talked about Ice having the perfect build for this event, Larry. No one looks more out of place than A.J. Perling with that pugil stick in her hand. It's bigger than she is. She fancies herself as a stand-up comic. Now all she wants to do is stand up.
Well, she's a big Trekkie fan. She loves Star Trek, imitates almost everyone that appeared on the show, every actor. Maybe it's time for Scotty to beam her up.
Or beam Ice off the platform. Oh, she's got to get up. She's got to make an effort to get up.
She's up. She's back in the fight.
Bobbing, weaving. Oh! Well, she gave it her best shot. Lasted longer than she did in her previous jousts combined.
Might be a little dazed right now. She catches one on the chin from Ice, and down she goes.
We'll be back with more after this.
All right, I'll take the yellow and you take the red one. Let's go. Get the big hit, Tower, man. Big hit. Wake up the audience. We'll shut them out today, baby. All right. Nothing.
Tower and Nitro talking about delivering the big hit in Atlasphere. And Tony Curella and Joe Mauro will be on the receiving ends of those big hits. Joe with the 6-point lead at the moment. Tony, the sewer and water contractor, loves his profession. Proof positive that you can take the man out of the sewer, but you can't take the sewer out of the man. Tony Curella works underground.
The Ed Norton of St. Paul, yeah, I guess you'd call me that.
Yes, Tony works in a sewer all day. His work takes him under, around, and through the underbelly of the Twin Cities. But Tony has made quite a name for himself above ground, too. He was an all-conference and an all-state hockey player at Hill Murray High in St. Paul. He says his hockey prowess has prepped him for action at Gladiator Arena.
There's a lot of similarities as far as the physicalness goes. Hockey's a very physical game, and being on the Gladiator show is also very physical.
The grit and grind that comes from working in the sewer can't hurt either.
It's not so bad a lot of the time because you're down there by yourself. There's no one to bother you, except there's maybe a few rats here and there, but you know, you can get by with that.
No, Tony. I can handle the hockey part, but that sewer, I don't know. One thing's for sure, he doesn't suffer from claustrophobia, but there's Nitro and Tower, and they plan to give him a severe case of gladiator phobia.
And we've seen contenders contract that before. Each goal in Atlasphere worth 3 points. The contenders will try to maneuver their Atlaspheres into one of 4 numbered scoring pods. Atlasphere is brought to you by Twix Cookie Bars. Now available in 4 great flavors. One of life's great kicks. Twix.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Again, 60 seconds to score as many goals as you can. Each goal worth 3 points. Wow. Some serious banging.
Head-on smacks. They didn't try any kind of strategy. Bam Bam rolling for pod number 1, but he goes off the outside lip.
Again, there is a little black button in the middle of those scoring pods that have to censor. The contender has to roll directly over those sensors to score. Tony on a breakaway. Towers got him pinned. 25 seconds remaining. So far, Joe Mauro, Bam Bam, has the only goal of the match. Tony Curella trying to work his way past Tower. He's got a slight breakaway towards scoring pod number 3. Yes, he got it.
Joe with a breakaway. Bam Bam's closing in on 4. Picks it up. He's on a roll. Can he bounce off for 3? No, he gets sandwiched.
That is it. Joe wins at 6-3. Tony goes topsy-turvy. Joe now with the 15-6 lead. They didn't score many points, but they earned each one of them. The Gladiators were tough.
Very contrasting styles by our 2 contenders. Here we have a shot of Joe. Look at the long strides, using his arms up high. He takes the big gamble, makes the score. On the other hand, Tony, short, choppy steps, working his hands in tight. But both effective because Tony makes the score too.
A.J. Perling and Kathy Mollica set to go for Atlasphere. Kathy with a 2-point lead, 8-6.
AJ's got to make her move, Mike. To tie or to be behind Kathy Mollica in the Eliminator is going to spell disaster for her. So she's got to get some points, got to get a lead going into that Eliminator.
They'll have to do it against our 2 Gladiators, Lace and Zap.
AJ so small, makes you wonder how in the world she can steer that thing as well as she can. That ball weighs 225 pounds, and she must be all of 118 soaking wet.
It's all in how quick you move those feet and power those legs. Kathy Mollica centers one in, scoring pod number 3, so she's on the scoreboard. Bounced around a little bit like Lace.
AJ trying to make a breakaway to pod 3. She's got it started. She rolls off the edge.
And Kathy scores in pod number 3. Here comes A.J. now with another breakaway. We told you she could get that Atlasphere moving. 10 seconds to go.
AJ with a couple of good breakaway moves, but she hasn't been able to settle the Atlasphere into the pod to trip that sensor.
Here it is with time running out. Oh! She was close to scoring that last one, but couldn't pull it off. As a result, A.J. Perling now falls behind by 4 points. It's 14-9 after 3 events in favor of Kathy Mollica. We'll be back with more here on the American Gladiators after this timeout. Mike Adamley and Larry Zonka back with you where more of the American Gladiators. Our road to the Grand Championship continues. And in this men's semifinal round, Tony Curella needs to start scoring the points. He trails Joe Mauro 15-6. And he's set now to hang tough. He'll have to do so against Nitro. Larry, we've talked about that love-hate relationship that a lot of contenders have with Nitro. Well, not everybody hates him. As a matter of fact, during our Ask a Gladiator segment, Jennifer Cochran wrote, "Dear Nitro, will you go to the prom with me?"
Jennifer from Oklahoma, thank you for asking me to the prom. Unfortunately, my work schedule won't allow me to go. I'd love to go because when I was in school, I was so involved in different types of athletics and my studies, I didn't have a chance to go to but one prom. The best I can probably do is send you a picture. Like I said, thanks for thinking of me, and I'll be with you there in thoughts.
What if they make spandex tuxedos?
I didn't know he was such a deprived child. Just one prom? If you'd like to ask Nitro or any of our other Gladiators a question, write to Ask a Gladiator, 10203 Santa Monica Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 967. Tony's girlfriend, Ann, in attendance. Flew all the way in from Minnesota to watch her little darling swing here.
Tony small in stature, a lot of strength in the upper body. He should do well in the rings.
Now moving sideways, he's got her to go.
He's going for broke. Nitro being warned by the referee to turn loose of the clothing.
He doesn't let go. He's going to get points. Tony Curella is going to get points. I guarantee you.
Well, he's going to get a new uniform too, Mike.
He may give him the full 10. Nitro did not heed referee Larry Thompson's command. We may get the 5 points. He may get the whole 10. Let's see.
appears that Nitro did two things that were way off base. The first infraction, grabbing Tony by the uniform and using that as leverage to pull him in. And the second, well, how about just giving him the business right here?
Jennifer, are you still sure about that prom date? He can be a nasty guy.
I think we have the evidence right here. We had an illegal move on the part of Nitro, grabbing the clothing of the contender, and also a high move to the head. Disqualification of Nitro. 10 points for the contender. 10 points.
We ought to disqualify Larry Thompson. He gave it to Tony again.
He's a good competitor. He's little, he's quick. You got to get him any way you can get him, and that's that.
Yeah, but not like that, Nitro.
That's why he's Nitro.
All right. Right now, Joseph Mauro trails Tony Curella by 1 point, 16-15. Joe, like Tony, will have to swing against Nitro. Again, the contender has 60 seconds to cross the grid of 55 rings and make it to the Gladiators platform.
Gotta move. 3, 4, 5.
Second round, Joe lost to Nitro. He was pulled off in 26 seconds. Nitro's got him again. This is not going to be pretty. Just see how tough Joe is. He's hanging on for dear life. Nitro really working him over with the legs. Now there goes the bottom part of Joe's outfit.
He's going to get the skin, but he's not going to get the contender as he slips off.
A knee pad. He's down to his underwear. That's the only way to say it.
The referee, Larry Thompson's telling Joe he's got to make an effort to move.
That's unbelievable. Our first hang tough done entirely in BBDs. Well, here it is. I'll tell you, the most spectacular draw we've ever seen. Nitro forgetting for a moment that we're on American Gladiators, not Chippendales Live. Woo! He's still my beating heart.
Nitro, unaware of the fact that we here at American Gladiators carry a PG rating, he seems insistent on changing that to an R. Perhaps not as insistent as Joe is at staying on those rings, no matter what the cost.
A.J. Perling trails Kathy Mollica after 3 events, 14-9, as the women get set to hang tough. She beat Diamond in the second round, the same Gladiator she's going against right now. Diamond says, "Not this time, gal. No way." Here's how she did it. Swinging by one arm, pushes Diamond away, and was able to plop herself right on that platform. Let's see if she can do it again.
Ready!
Kathy Mollica, who's up next, waiting in the wings and looking on.
A.J. thin in stature, but very strong, surprisingly strong for as small as she is. Oh, missed the ring. She got...
Let's see what happens here. If she can avoid Diamond's legs, she's got a chance, but
she missed that ring, Mike, and it spelled curtains.
She knows it, too. And down they go. No points for A.J. Perling.
Well, Diamond lives up to her promise. She said she was going to avenge the last round and take A.J. down. She not only did that, but she enjoyed doing it so much that now she's going to pull A.J. clear off the mat. We have one happy Gladiator.
Well, Kathy Mollica now has a chance to move a little farther in front of A.J. Perling and hang tough. And believe me, Kathy has got what seems to be all of Costa Mesa, California behind her. Her mom, Don, and Carol there leading Kathy's personal rooting section.
Diamond through with her celebration from her victory. Now she has to concentrate on Kathy. And it won't be easy. Kathy Mollica is one tough customer to handle, particularly in hang tough.
Diamond very smooth on the ring, looking to go 2 in a row.
Kathy is a firefighter. She told me the toughest thing about her job is throwing those 200-pound ladders around. She's up there like a butterfly now, but Diamond's very close.
She beat Diamond in the second round. And with the same technique, but she misses that ring, and she's in real trouble now.
Hello, Diamond.
Watch the head.
Goodbye, rings. Diamond working on Kathy Mollica's hands. 20 seconds to go, and that's it.
Diamond lands on her feet and walks away.
So no points for either Kathy Mollica or A.J. Perling and Hang Tough. And after 4 events, the score remains the same, 14-9. And we'll have a lot more action here in our semifinal round as the American Gladiators continues after this. Event number 5 in the semifinal round is the maze. And first up, the women, Kathy Mollica and A.J. Perling. Kathy leading by 5 points, and with just 2 events to go, plus the all-important eliminator, time running out on A.J. She needs the score and needs the score in a hurry. Gladiators inside the maze will be Zap. Lace will join her along with Blaze and Ice. A possible 10 points for either Kathy Mollica or A.J. Perling. First woman through this maze in 45 seconds or less will get that 10.
Gladiators, ready!
Again, our contenders have 45 seconds to make it from one end of the maze to the other.
Kathy moving pretty well. AJ staying right behind her. Kathy said hello to Zap. She's about to say hello to Lace. No, that's Ice.
20 seconds remain. There's about a dozen removable panels in here, which we can change from time to time. Here comes Kathy Mollica. She gets out with 14 seconds left on the clock and picks up 10 huge points.
Oh, wrong way, AJ. Other way. That's got to be
AJ
frustrating.
Perling, oh yeah, real frustrating. It looked like she might have had it there at the very end, but she picked the wrong corridor, and that was it for her. AJ, I'm sure, a little disappointed with herself. And a reminder, if you'd like to be a member of the American Gladiators fan club, send $3 check or money order to Van Nuys, California, 91463-0001. Tony Curella and Joe Mauro poised to solve this puzzling problem, the maze. They've got 45 seconds to do it. And if you had to pull for one guy, you might pull for the sewer contractor, Tony Curella.
We kiddingly call him Ed Norton around here. This is an opportunity for him to show us what he has in the sewer here. He's got to find his way through this maze and avoid some very big obstacles called gladiators.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Again, a myriad of options our contenders have at their disposal, but there's only one correct solution.
They may never get any further than Gemini in this thing. Look at Joe, head down. He knows there's a gladiator near.
Again, for this semifinal round, we've increased the degree of difficulty. Tower making it more so. 15 seconds left on the clock. Neither man has come up with a solution yet.
Bam Bam just stuck his head into a wall.
Bam Bam's coming close, but Thunder's there to give Bam Bam the Bam Bam. And time expires.
No!
Neither contender makes it out. And so, after 5 events, Tony Curella and Joe Mauro, their score remains the same, 2016 in favor of Bam Bam. Coming up here on the American Gladiators, the Eliminator, but up next, the game of Assault. Mike Adamley and Larry Zonka back with you. Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California. Our men's semifinal round continues. Remember, the winner goes on to the second half finals next week. Joe Mauro is up first, the event Assault, and he'll have to tangle with Thunder. The Contenders get a point for every weapon they successfully fire, but the ultimate objective to hit the target located above the Gladiator, that's worth 10 points.
Bam Bam slides into the crossbow safety zone. Oh, picks off our camera right below the target.
That shot is wide.
He's got a vendetta against our,
tell you,
our boom camera over there.
We might have put our camera out of commission there. 30 seconds left.
Joe good at bobbing and weaving. A little low for the caddy. He about wore himself out in Powerball with all those moves. Oh.
And one move too many. Thunder nails him. Joe Mauro does pick up 3 points for successfully firing 3 weapons. And at the moment, he leads Tony Curella 23-16. However, Tony is waiting in the wings for his turn in assault. Well, Tony Curella's right where he wants to be, in a position to control his own destiny. Every point he picks up here in assault will cut into Joe Mauro's lead and his head start in the Eliminator. Right now, Tony trails 23-16, and he'll have to go against Thunder. Tony's sort of like the bad penny that won't go away. Every time you think he's beat, he's back.
Golden opportunity. Oh, just a matter of inches. Lower a little bit to the right with a crossbow. He's taking a little extra time sighting in his weapon. Oh! I don't know, did he hit it?
Mighty close. Here's his third chance.
He's right under the gun now, 30 seconds to go. Whoa, close shot.
Sets himself here again. Every weapon fired by Contender worth a point. Tony's got 3, now 4. That one shakes Thunder up a bit. And it nicked him. It hit him.
Yeah, Thunder has every reason to celebrate. This is a game of inches right here. Tony almost makes it through, but's grazed by the ball. But earlier, he came so close to picking up some valuable points. Fired that rocket, hits the backstop, grazes the target. What a difference those points would have made, Mike.
Instead of trailing by 3, Tony would be leading by 3 going into the Eliminator, and now it's he who faces that head start deficit and not Joe Mauro. The women are now set to go, and on the platform for the Gladiators will be Zach. A look at Kathy Mollica, 24-9. She leads A.J. Perling. Big smile on her face, but she knows she can't relax. All it takes is one shot in this event, and a Contender can pick up 10 points. So she'd like to give herself as big a pad as she can for that Eliminator coming up next. Zap will be the Gladiator firing the tennis balls in excess of 100 miles per hour. Kathy on her way.
Kathy with a rocket launcher. Zap putting the pressure on.
Yes, yes!
Kathy doing a little dance of victory.
Kathy Mollica has been relentless. Every time A.J. Perling thinks she has a chance, a sliver of hope, Kathy Mollica closes the door. That one, a huge 10 points. And now she leads 34-9. So it becomes imperative for A.J. Perling to hit the target. To make matters worse, she has never performed in the assault before. It wasn't in the prelims, and it wasn't in the second round.
We talked about it a while back, Mike. She had to get points in the maze and assault, had to pass Kathy. Instead, Kathy scored 10 points each time. A.J. using one of our spotters for a little extra shield. Way low with a crossbow. It's a launch. Oh, just misses. Low and to the right. A.J. with a quick feet, just like in Powerball.
Hard not to pull for A.J. She's been so gutty and tough.
Yes! Yes, she got it. Zap keeps on shooting. A little resentment in those tennis balls.
You hit it, yeah.
Well, A.J. Perling stays alive with 10 huge points. As a result, she now faces only a 7.5-second deficit when she faces Kathy Mollica in the Eliminator. We'll have that Eliminator final as the American Gladiators continues after this. Six events down and 1 to go. The Eliminator about to decide which contenders advance to our second half finals next week. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena. And the women are up first. And Kathy Mollica, our firefighter from Costa Mesa, California, well, she's been terrific. And right now, her 15-point lead over A.J. Perling is good for a 7.5-second head start. But old A.J., she just keeps plugging away, and she's not about to give up. And right now, she's with Larry Zonka down at the start line. Larry?
A.J., you're tiny, but you're one tough gal. You just keep plugging along. You just keep coming back, gal. You're staring at 7.5 seconds. How you feel about it?
I've been at worse. You know I've been at a worse deficit. I'm not even gonna let it bother me. I'm out to win. This is where I catch up.
Okay, we're gonna watch. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, Larry, as a matter of fact, when these two ladies met in the second round, A.J. had to overcome a 13.5-second deficit. So this is small potatoes by comparison. She didn't do it last time, but she made a heck of an effort. The winner here will face next week in the second half final, Susie Stenzel. Here comes A.J. Can she make up the difference? Kathy Mollica would have to make a major mistake. She got past her biggest Waterloo, that's the spinning cylinders.
And Mike, she's making short work of that cargo net.
For A.J. Perling, who again refuses to give up, it's just a matter of running into a superior contender. Kathy Mollica with that huge rooting section here. Her mom, Don, mom and dad, Don and Carol.
And the entire fire department.
The final straightaway, one last wall, Larry.
Well, she can't forget about those gladiators overhead. She doesn't, makes a wise decision, gives them a second. And she's through it, Mike.
And it'll be Kathy Mollica and Susie Stenzel next week in the second half finals. The winner there, of course, goes on to the Grand Championship. Larry?
You just, well, you are victorious. That old saying about float like a butterfly and sting like a bee sort of fits on you.
Oh, I feel real good, Larry. I wanted this one. Oh, I wanted it bad.
Well, you've got it. Congratulations and welcome to the second half finals, guys.
Thanks.
And you look good doing it, too.
Thanks, Larry. It was great. A lot of fun.
All right. All right, Mike.
And in those second half finals, Kathy Mollica will meet Susie Stenzel, and there they are. And unfortunately, A.J. Perling drops by the wayside. She gave us a great show. Well, the men are set to go, and Joe Mauro leads Tony Curella by 3 points, giving Bam Bam a 2.5 head start, which really isn't much, meaning it should be a heck of a race between our two Italian stallions. Tony's best eliminator time, 55 seconds. Bam Bam's best eliminator time, 51 seconds. Like I said, it should be a heck of a race. Larry's with Tony at the start line. Larry?
Tony, you've watched this eliminator get run many times. You've been in it many times. A 2.5 handicap is kind of a mental game with a guy that's starting with the advantage. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's in the back of his mind. I'm going to be right on his heels, and if he slips up once, I'm going to be right there.
Good luck. We'll be watching you.
Thanks.
Someone else who will be watching, Daryl Golar. Either Tony or Joe will meet him in next week's second half finals. On the course for the Gladiators, Nitro, Thunder, Gemini, and Tower. And watching Joe Mauro, his girlfriend Melissa. They're ready to go. Joe Mauro in the gray, Tony Curella in the blue. That reverse treadmill, the first obstacle they'll have to face. Here comes Tony Curella. He doesn't struggle quite as much as Bam Bam does, but look at Joe go across to that hand bike. Here comes Tony. Both men look terrific. Wow, what a balancing act by Joe. They're almost neck and neck in the cargo net.
Bam Bam with that second surge of power. He's up there, but not by much. It's going to be a close one, Mike.
Oh, it sure is. And there's a look at Daryl Golar, the man. The winner here will meet next week in the second half finals. Joe Mauro over the wall first, now the second one. He's really turning it on. Tony Curella doesn't look like he can make it up, and he won't. Joe Mauro is going on to meet Daryl Golar in the second half finals.
There you go, Joe. Joe, you're starting to like this, aren't you?
I'm getting used to winning. Ain't no turning back.
Tell you what, that second and a half start played a little on your mind there because Tony was breathing down your neck when you hit the cargo net, but it looked like you had a second surge of power there.
There was no seconds. It's all a matter of concentration. You mess up, you lose. I got to know that. I don't want to deal with that.
Well, you don't have to. Welcome to the second half championship,
Thank
Eddie.
you very much.
Good.
So a look at a happy Joe Mauro and Kathy Mollica. So Joe gets a big kiss from his fiancée, Melissa. Incidentally, Larry, Joe Mauro set an Eliminator record, 45 seconds for Bam Bam. So now our field is set for next week's second half finals. Joe Mauro will take on Daryl Golar, and Kathy Mollica will take on Susie Stenzel. We'll have it all, but for now, I'm Mike Adamle for Larry Zonka. See you next week on the American Gladiators when we'll have the second half finals. Champions will receive all expenses paid Club Med vacations. With over 100 villages worldwide, Club Med offers the perfect vacation for families, couples, and singles. This year, take home a Club Med vacation.